Okay, so I wasn't getting the WISP Flora resource to work for me, but there's a resource that is more of a conglomerate of multiple herbaria in our part of the country. The Consortium of Midwest Herbaria. This is very similar to what WISP Flora gives you. And you can search on here by a genus or family or so on. So I looked up Sagittaria. These are aquatic plants, wetland plants called arrowheads, and it gives you results as a lot of different species. Let's look up one that's less abundant. This is a collection of images. You can click to show more images. We have photographs. So there's always a nice opportunity to show photographs of a plant in its living condition. And then down here, just an extensive collection of scans or photographs of herbarium specimens. So we've seen some herbarium specimens in the flesh. Here they are, a lot of them collected together. So if you were doing a study, let's say you wanted to learn about this species, you could pull up all these different specimens, do measurements on them, collect data about when they're flowering, where they grow, all kinds of information. So let's click on one, it's maybe a little more bump. There we go. So any one of these, lots of information. This one, Eastern Illinois University is sharing the information about this specimen. And a lot of times the scans are quite high quality. So you can zoom in, count organs, measure, determine leaf venation, and so on. So lots of information contained in these specimens. Altogether, lots of information. Let's go back to. So I was looking for a map. Here's our map. Okay, open interactive map. So this takes the data about where these plants were found and puts them on a map. So people, this takes the work of a lot of people. They carefully collect this data and convert location descriptions into latitude and longitude. And let me zoom out just a little bit there. So each one of these points on the map, this is a different specimen that's in the holdings of one of these Midwest herbaria. So you can see maybe an artifact similar to what we saw last time, where this area around Chicago has a lot of collections. Could indicate just the abundance of people in these areas. And then kind of a little more sparse distribution. So this, you could draw a line around the farthest extent of where these collections have been found, and that might be the species range for this species. Any one of these, you can click on the dot and it'll pull up the individual specimen, and lots of information here. So collector, date of collection, location, and some of these, I don't see it on here, but a lot of times you can get the actual image of the specimen. So you could do study on morphological variation across the geography. Do plants in the north have different size leaves than plants in the south, and so on. Lots to work with on these.